Hey everybody, welcome to our weekend check-in video for PSY-45 Research Methods for Saturday, July 9th. And as I always do in these weekend videos, just going to go over a few items, reminders, clarifications, stuff I think you need to know about so you can do well in the course. So let's get started. First up here is that your Unit 2 exam has opened, and it's opened up from Friday, yesterday, through tomorrow, Sunday. So make sure you get it completed by that time. Don't forget there's a study guide you'll find there at the bottom of Unit 2, and in that study guide, do pay careful attention to the two items you will find italicized with asterisks all around it. That'll be the information that your two short answer essay questions are based upon, so that'll help you prepare for that really well if you get that material ready. And also when you answer those essay questions, per my announcements and also in the instructions for the exam, do not just merely copy and paste information from your textbook, because that's cheating and plagiarism, and that won't allow you to earn points, and that can get you into some trouble. So please make sure you just put things in your own words. Just do it like you would do an in-person, face-to-face exam. You just have to write from your own memory, and that way you won't have any problems. Next up here is at Unit 3, which covers Chapters 8, 9, and 10. That is open as of today. So as always, once a unit opens, you can work ahead. So I would suggest knocking out your discussions and your quizzes as fast as you can, your mind taps, just to get all those knocked out of the way there. Again, the only thing you won't be able to work ahead on ahead of time is the exam, which has a dedicated 3-day window, and outside of that window you can't get to it. But otherwise, everything's open for you to go ahead and work as much as you feel you can get done there. Next up here is that your outline, the second component of your APA style literature review paper. The initial deadline is due today by 11:59 p.m. And remember, per the policies you'll find there at the bottom of the instructions and the bottom of the submission area. And by the way, don't forget that all the instructions for the parts of the paper are below Unit 5 of our course materials, so make sure you scroll all the way down on our course page. Under Unit 5, you'll find the dedicated APA Literature Review module. Just look for the information for Component 2, and that'll help you out there. As you saw for Part 1 of the paper instructions there, you'll find a how-to video at the top of the instructions for Part 2. Also, you'll see a lot of sample outlines that I've put in there as well for you to look at. I would highly encourage you to examine those so you can kind of get a real good sense of what an outline should look like, because I have some really good outlines and some really bad outlines there, so you can see kind of the good, the bad, the ugly there, and see how yours is measuring up to that. Also be careful, and you'll find this in the instructions, when you cite from your list of 10 references, that is, you have to say something at least one time from every one of your 10 references in your reference list. Don't just merely quote from all of your references there, because quoting isn't writing, and that can get you into some trouble as far as losing some points there. Some quoting is okay, but don't just have block after block after block of quotes, because that's really not going to help you a lot with the assignment there. Also, if you had any errors from Part 1 of the paper, a number of you had some either minor or serious issues with the format of your references regarding APA style, make sure you take a look at that feedback I gave you from Part 1 and remedy your references for this second part of the paper, because most of those mistakes are very easily remedied. Because in the feedback for Part 1, I usually tell you exactly what the problem is, so you can really easily fix that. And so take a moment to do that, and you'll be glad you did, because I hate to see somebody get dinged for the same errors a second time around there. So do check that out. And also at the bottom of the instructions there for Part 2 of the paper, you'll find a rubric file. Again, a rubric basically is just a grading scheme. It kind of shows you how I'm going to have you earn points and what will cost you points. So do take a look at that so you get a better sense of what's going to work and what's going to be a problem as far as points on your outline there. And also don't forget, when you cite all of your references there, there's a certain formatting regarding APA style to cite things. Take a look at the samples for that, but also you've got your pocket guide to APA style, and I've also put up a link there to that online writing lab, that OWL or the OWL, to show you those things too. So do take advantage of that, and you'll see how you cite things. Normally you're going to put the author's names in parentheses. If you're quoting, you're going to put a page number. You always got to put the year of publication. I mean, there's some real basics about that regarding the formatting. It's actually fairly easy, so take a look at the examples there in your pocket guide, and take a look at the sample as well, so you can see what all that stuff looks like. Next up here is that, and by the way, in case I didn't already say, because of the late policies there on the outline, the final day you can submit your outline there is 72 hours from the original due day and time of today on Saturday, so that would put us on Tuesday. And so Tuesday of this coming week, if you don't submit it by 11:59 p.m., you won't be able to submit it all. So please do get it in on time. I hate to see a well-written paper get dinged for points just for being late there, but it's 10% for being late, and then 5% off for each additional 24 hours after that. And again, that's all in the instructions there at the bottom, and it's also at the bottom of the submission area when you look at that stuff for component 2 of our paper. Next up here, just a reminder that today, and I had sent an announcement about this, and it's on your syllabus too, that today is the last day you can drop any course this 6-week summer session via WebAdvisor. So if you don't want to be in this course or any course that you're taking this summer, today's the day and the last day to get yourself out. So make sure you go through that process to remove yourself. If you stay registered in the course, you will have to have and receive a letter grade, because there's nothing I can do about it at that point. So I can't give you a W after that day. So it's important that you be responsible about that if you're in that situation. Next up, don't forget we have our normal live session this coming Monday at 11 o'clock. I already sent out an announcement with the Zoom link for that. So remember, those are optional. They're not mandatory. They're more or less like open office hours, and so I answer any questions. I had some folks come last time and ask about the paper, so I went over a bunch of stuff with them. So feel free to drop by there from around an hour there, starting at 11 o'clock on Monday, and I'll be there to help you out. And I'll also go over, like I'm doing here in this video, just some reminders about things coming up in the course. And last thing here is that officially you've made it halfway through our 6-week semester. This is the end of week 3, so we've got 3 more weeks to go. So we're at that halfway point, so just keep that in mind. Most of you are doing really great. You're doing fine. So just keep up with what you're doing, and you'll get through the course at the end and pass, I'm sure. So that's everything. If you need anything in the meantime, feel free to reach out via an email on Canvas. Otherwise, I hope you're having a safe weekend, and maybe I'll see you in the live session on Monday, and I'll hopefully see you in those lecture videos there. And you will want to watch them, because we are going to get into some more complicated designs in chapters 8, 9, and 10. They're actually called designs for chapters 8 and 9, and so I do walk you through some of that, so you might want to check those out. So, all right, that's all for now, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.